Ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just around 3 months ago, a lot of fans have been very eager and excited to see the next set of footage of this film by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So the thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie really is going to deliver when it comes to all of the different connections to the prequels, the originals, and even Star Wars Legends material that's going to be used as inspirational material by Abrams, Lucas, and even Terrio. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this movie, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of Rey wielding her ignited lightsaber, where it's described that she is running across a large battlefield deflecting blaster fire, where explosions can be seen in the background that are caused by TIE bombers. It's said that Resistance fighters and Red Stormtroopers are seen firing at each other in the background. The next goes over a sequence in which Kylo Ren is said to be using the Force Push ability with one hand while his saber is in the other hand, where he is said to be using a Force Push technique against a group of fighters, where Kylo blocks all of the fire in front of him, causing the blaster fire to remain still in the air. It's said that one of the big prequel trilogy references in the trailer is a revised track of Across the Stars by John Williams, where Rey is seen inside of a strange ship design, firing at TIE fighters during a major space battle. The Across the Stars track is said to sound familiar but new at the same time, and flows with the movements of Rey's ship in space. Additionally, it's said over the footage of certain fight sequences and stationary shots includes modified dialogue of Anakin, Obi-Wan, and even Luke Skywalker, with what was similar to what was done with the original The Last Jedi teaser trailer with the original trilogy characters. It's described that one of the sequences gives a brief look at a city that appears to be a feed from the prequels, followed by a shot of Rey and Kylo Ren holding hands where their faces appear to be in shock, looking up at something strange. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing that really mind boggles me the most is how it's described that there is a sequence here in which both Rey and Kylo Ren are holding hands, looking up at something that's causing them to go into some form of shock. Now, could this very well have something to do with what we have been talking about for a very long time now, about them using the ability of flow walking? We've heard similar, sequences where Rey and Kylo are said to hold hands during their Force Bond scene, and they're in total darkness. Everything surrounding them is just total darkness. Almost similar to what was done for the Worlds Between Worlds episode by Dave Filoni for Star Wars Rebels Season 4. That's the closest thing that I'm thinking about as to what's really going on here. As for the city that appears to be Feed, alright, that's described to appear to be Feed, that most likely is going to be a little hint and or a glimpse of the flash fights in Episode 9. In case you guys are unaware, the flash fights are going to be a series of lightsaber duels that take us, the audience, through many of the familiar and popular locations within the Skywalker saga, as both Rey and Kylo Ren fight each other to the death. Now, I want to go over the battlefield, because this is where, it really starts to become chaotic for the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, and, of course, the First Order and the Resistance. So, one part that I do want to go over that shows us that Kylo Ren and Rey have progressed as characters as far as their power goes is that we have Rey literally running across a battlefield, deflecting blaster fire in the middle of a major war between the First Order and the Resistance. She's literally deflecting blaster fire by a series of stormtroopers. Now, as for Kylo Ren, he is able to literally use the Force Freeze technique to its maximum potential, where he's able to focus in on a group of Resistance fighters, and they all shoot at him, and he blocks the fire in mid-air. Now, that's actually called Force Stasis. That's the real term of the use of power. We got a little glimpse of that in The Force Awakens, where he blocks Poe's fire, and he eventually just lets it go, and it hits, just the ground or something like that. It's a very interesting power that J.J. Abrams is going to be bringing back in Episode 9, and will be using it in a greater and different way. And I think that's one reason to look forward to Kylo Ren, is that, well, they're going to really make him evolve as a character. But the thing that really excites me the most is how, during one of the space battle scenes in the upcoming trailer 2, is that we are going to be able to hear a revised track of Across the Stars by by John Williams. In case you guys have no idea what Across the Stars is, popular piece of music from the prequel trilogy era. It's a beautiful score, and the fact that John Williams is doing a revision to it, I think is perfect. Now, the fact that it goes along with Rey inside of a strange ship, and how the music is said to flow along with the movements of Rey's ship as she goes through space, and fights the TIE fighters, you can really see what they're trying to do with this movie to make it very emotional and action-packed at the same exact time in order to really make it feel like a unique film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.